Thanks for staying with us. So the Chairman, Senate Committee on Army, Senator Ali Ndume, has said that the clamor in some quarters for the inclusion of electronic voting and transmission of election results electronically in the Electoral Act Amendment Bill for 2023 general elections will not work in the northern parts of the country. Specifically, he said the concept is futuristic, but not realistic. So his specific concern is that there are certain areas within the northern states that have no electricity. And it would be unfair to say voting, transmitting the results electronically would be the right method in that. Would you agree with him, Nima?
I do. I believe that problems are also local. So the situation in the north is not the same in Lagos. And it is not the same in Abuja. It is not the same in Maiduguri. It's not the same in major capitals in the north. So you cannot just generalize and say the north. But in Borno, they have a peculiar, they suffered insurgency for so long. They've had their infrastructures destroyed. Some areas, the bridge connecting certain communities have been, blasted off, and they've not been reconstructed. So yes, you can say we cannot do certain things in Borno or in, as a state, but you cannot generalize and say the whole of the north.
So when I heard, I was taken aback because I expected that every leader, your first responsibility is to find solutions to problems. So you look around your environment and you see that, okay, this electronic collation of results will not work. What can we do to ensure that we get ready? We find, if he had opened his mouth to give us what is needed, give us options, okay, this exactly may not work here, but if we do this and do that, we may get to a certain level. We may come up a bit. We may meet you halfway. Then I understand that you have plans, but you have limitations. And then everybody can put hands together, put heads together to work it out. But if you say, this one, no, it will not work because so and so, that means you don't even have any plans to go further.
I do some work for an American company that provides educational solutions. And part of them is that they understand that they have tablets to help teachers. And they understand there are rural areas that don't have electricity. So they have these devices that can last 10 days. So you charge it in the city, you take it to the rural areas.
And you can use it
for a whole 10 days. So the head teacher only has to go to town to charge for the entire week. So these are things, so technology provides solutions.
Yes.
So if you have a cut and dry, it's not going to work.
It's not going to work, and you're not moving.
Are there other ways that we can ensure that we provide this solution so that for these peculiar areas to ensure that, because the objective is to have a seamless transmission of results.
If we're relying strictly on the telecommunication providers, they've already said it, that they cannot guarantee providing network in some remote areas because they cannot secure the lives of their workers. So that one, we can't rely on them. We cannot, they're businessmen. But what I wanted to hear is that we have complained that the election process is still faulty. There's still some gaps. And one of the ways to block that gap is to do electronic transmission of collected results.
I worry, as we are trying to almost rebuild the nation, right? Well, everybody's eyes are open now, and we want to fix. If we want to fix Nigeria, my question is, do we need votes from these rural areas, especially for major positions like the presidency, House of National Assembly? The reason I ask, those communities, the leaders that are relevant to them are the local governments, those who are closest to them, those are the ones they know. They don't know who Buhari is, they don't know who Fela Droto is, who is going to be running, they don't know who these big guys are. So my question is, do we really need the involvement of these totally lower class Nigerians to be part of the decision making? Because if we want to fix Nigeria, can we rely on their own understanding of the issues?
It's very sensitive.
I'm putting it out there. Can we rely on their understanding of global international issues, infrastructural issues, resource control issues to vote properly? Can we rely on them?
It is not their fault. And I know a lot of Maiduguri. I have a friend in Maiduguri who is doing a PhD now. So not all of them are not educated or uninformed.
I'm talking about the people that Senator Ndume are talking about, the people in the the electricity community.
It's very sensitive to disenfranchise a person based on what their situation is. That they are not as informed as we would love them to be. It's not any fault of theirs, but that of our leaders. It's deliberate. So to remove them, because they would vote uninformedly about what the situation is still going to be against them.
The sad challenge with Nigeria is that most of this rural population defer to one godfather. And the stakeholders know how to approach the godfather and stamp like you pledge your loyalty to me, and that person said, I will deliver you 100 votes. I will deliver you 1,000 votes. How can one person deliver 1,000 votes? It's because they have built influence over those people.
Yes.
Because until we inform people, we cannot, an uninformed person will make a deformed decision. So we need to inform people on their rights. We need to inform people on what they deserve. If I'm in a rural area and I've never seen power, I will see, you give me bread and I'll think bread is the war because I only see bread once in a year. But if you give me knowledge as to what I deserve, what my life should be like, what my quality of life I should have, then I can make proper, intelligent demands from my politicians. So we must have independent, intelligent voter awareness education cutting across the cities as well as the rural areas.
Yeah.